Hello and welcome. It's time for another State of the Shed address. State of the Shack. It's early December, I think the 8th of December to be precise. Birthday's in 2 days, hooray. Let's get started. Well, it's finally getting decently cold here. Problem is, I am now holding the roof up with some 2x4s because it has rotted out so bad. Now to do a brief overview, we have a new entrant into the fleet, a Honda 2007 400 AT with the Honda-matic hydrostatic automatic transmission. Yeah, simple, put it in gear and it goes forward, or you can shift it to manual mode. And so far it seems like it works alright. Right now I'm working on, I have some parts ordered for it. This was a non-running bike when I got it. It's missing a few pieces. I put one of these lithium batteries in it. Give that a try and it works marvelous. What I'm missing from this is the tube from here to the air filter, the insert for the air filter, and the tube from the air filter to this one. Once I get those, I can put this together and see how well it runs. Brakes work, four-wheel drive works. It needs tires, it needs CV axles. These tires, as you can see, are quite worn. It's also missing a few wheel studs. That's going to need to be remedied before I go trail riding on this. That's what I plan on using it for, as a trail bike. CV axles are in quite poor shape. Give them a nice... I hear them clicking. Get a lot of play, though the tie rods and everything else seems to be pretty tight. I can't give those a shake. Fuel gauge I got working. Gauge pod works. It has, let's see, come on, focus. We're looking at 1,923 miles total, and 2.1 miles since I've had it and put a battery in it, so it's not too bad. But 1,900 miles on this machine. It does smoke, sadly, but I think it's more of a valve seal than anything. I already said the brakes work front and back, parking brake works. It's just a matter, once I get those parts and go see how well it runs with an intact intake, I may or may not keep it. If I sell it, I'm keeping my lithium battery because that thing was expensive, $150, but it's supposed to last 6 years. Compared to your standard, lead acid battery, these last about a year if you keep them up. So, onward. I do need a seat. That's a custom job there. Let's see. The Yamaha 400 is getting ready to find itself a new home. I have rebuilt this engine twice, putting a new chain in it both times. I ended up replacing the sliders inside. I've replaced this piece with a new used unit. I line it up on the top dead center, and somehow or another it still walks its way out. I don't know how that keeps happening, but I'm not getting good compression now. I think I have a bent valve. I'm not sure though. Gonna give it one more college try, and if that doesn't do it, then it's gonna find itself a new home. I mean, it was a good bike, but I've moved up. I mean, the foot shift got a little tiring on this thing for sure. Full-time four-wheel drive was miserable to steer when you were using it for utility work. This winch and plate are getting ready to go on my red Honda 500 that I have at home. Let's see. The Honda Odyssey has become the park rack for this bike. I'm going to see about working on it. I think I've narrowed it down to the AC generator being out on the engine itself that generates the spark. I'm going to see about finding some time, maybe this evening or sometime soon, and try and, put it together, put another AC generator on it, see if that starts it, because if that runs and drives, it's out of here. If then I'll have space here to move that one. And then if I sell this one, I'll be buying another bike to put together, and then that'll come in here. Rhino lined those racks for this one, hoping that I get it running. I could put those back on. I'm going to refinish the plastics for it. I have a heat gun, and that actually worked pretty well on another bike I worked on for somebody. Let's see. You just got a couple of small things. Let's see. I have this Macula chainsaw that I picked up. It actually runs pretty good. I got it for free at a garage sale. The guy told me he was just getting rid of it because no one bought it. I put some gas in it. It doesn't have a primer, but I pulled on it for a few minutes and fired up. Chain's a little dull. I'm going to sharpen it. Got some coils here I need to cut up and cash in. Blower to work on. That's about it. Not much else going on. I have done some remodeling. I showed you the part where I fixed the roof, but I also got this fan that used to be in this window fell out. So I just closed the window up and slid this desk over, so I have one continuous desk now to spread all the junk out on. Here's the airbox that goes with that Honda. All of this part's all intact. It's just missing this piece, and the piece that goes inside of the air filter, which I have a new Honda one here. And those scoundrels charged me $20 for this thing. Looked online, I could get one on eBay for 15 bucks. My local Honda shop, they're not very friendly. I prefer to go across the lake to get all of my work done. You live in New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't live in New Orleans, you come down here, don't go to the Honda shop in New Orleans, go to the one in Slidell or in Hammond. The people here, they're rude, and they just don't seem like they want any business. You go in there and they seem like they just put out because you want them to do something for you. Or, well, do you know the part number? No, I don't know the part number. And then they want to have a fit when they go to look it up. Now, I bought this bike used, taken apart. Now, how am I supposed to know a part number for something that isn't there? It's not like I have an owner's manual for it. And then I asked them if they had it in a stock, and they're like, no, we don't have something in stock for something that old. It's a 2007. Half of the people down here use stuff this old. It's just not a very good business practice to insult your customers when they ask simple, generic questions. If I knew the part number, I wouldn't have come to y'all because y'all are so overpriced. But with that rant over, I got some more stuff coming down the pipeline. I've got a Go-Kart I need to rebuild the carburetor on and redo the tires. Which, speaking of, these are the tires here for it. It's one of those Yerf Dog 6.5 horsepower 2-seat Go-Karts. It's actually pretty decent. It's just been sitting up for a few years. It ran last time we looked at it. I know it needs brakes because someone left the parking brake on when they rode it. I'm going to have an old Tecumseh 10 horsepower riding mower from the 70s. I'm going to be working on that, trying to get it running and kind of restore it a little bit. Get it up, rideable. I'm going to do a pulley swap on it, get it where it can go nice and quick. And then, let's see. I have a rear Tine. I don't remember the brand of it. It's yellow. A really old rear Tine tiller. I'm going to see if I can't get it running or sell it. And I still have my old Craftsman, little tiny, maybe 7 horsepower riding mower from probably the 40s. Well, not the 40s, maybe 50s, 60s. It's a little bitty. The deck is the size of a push mower. And, that's about it. So, if you like my channel, please comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see about putting some more videos up for y'all. Have a nice day.